Up with Angela Yee. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully you guys had an amazing weekend. I am exhausted. I had a grill situation at my house. I haven't used my barbecue grill in so long. I literally had to scrub it out. I didn't realize. I'm going to tell you about this in about last night. But I don't know anything about propane I didn't know when you go, it's going to sound stupid, but I went to Home Depot to get propane. I didn't realize they don't sell that in the store like that in the tank. You have to buy an empty tank or bring yours to refill. So I learned all this weekend, but we'll talk about it. Clearly, I don't grill ever. But we are going to have a special guest joining us. Aisha Cece is going to be joining us. She's amazing, but she's also the CEO of OK Player and OK Africa. So we'll talk to her about what she's doing as the CEO of Areya Media. She's from Sierra Leone in the UK, but she's just really a dope person. She worked at CNN for 15 years, but we'll talk to her. And let's get the show started with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yeah, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to shine a light. And today I want to shine a light on Tone Capone in Chicago. They proclaimed May 24th officially as Tone Capone Day in the city. Shout out to Mayor Brandon Johnson for making that happen. You also see Tone Capone all the time on the Shade Room Live alongside Zach Boog and Kiki. So shout out to him because he's been doing the work for a while. I believe he's been working at GCI for 10 years. So that's a nice long run, and people love him in the city all over, and he's been doing his thing. So shout out to you for having your own day and for getting that official city proclamation. Such a big deal and well deserved. All right, shine a light on Tone Capone. Now, Tyneil, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my fiance, Lene Welch.
Lene Welch.
She just started her own practice. She's a psychotherapist. She's on Doc and everything. House of Wellness.
House of Wellness.
Her name is Lene Welch. I definitely want to shine a light on her. She's definitely doing her thing.
Does that help you at home when it comes to you guys going through things? Is there tools that she's like?
Yes, it definitely does, because in the beginning of our relationship, I really wasn't much a talker, but she definitely told me I gotta talk, I gotta express my feelings. So yeah.
Okay, that's dope. When's the wedding?
Hopefully soon. Hopefully in the next 2 years.
All right. Well, congratulations to both of you. I love that for you.
Thank you.
Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. Just in case you couldn't get through, you can leave a message and shine a light that way. And let's get into this Yeetie when we come back. Speaking of coming back, Skilla Baby, after a shooting, performed over the weekend. We'll give you the details about where he popped out at. And, of course, always sending love to Skilla Baby. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and look who just stepped in the room. Kaboom! It's Kim Osorio.
You're a good friend.
What?
You're a very good friend. Me.
Yeah, you're very. I thought you said you're a good friend. Yes, you are my very good friend, but you are also a journalist.
I am.
But also went to law school, so you're going to be breaking down some things for us today.
That's right.
But let's get into it. But first, I said I got a shout out to Skilla Baby from Detroit. And unfortunately, he was targeted in a drive-by shooting. And afterward, and I'm so glad that he's okay.
Yes.
Because, I mean, it looked awful the way anything could have happened. So fortunately, he was only grazed wounds to his head, hand, back, and his thigh. They found a lot of shell casings around the crime scene. This was on 8 Mile in Detroit on Thursday night, and he popped back out. He was at a 4-2 Doug concert on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And he came out with so much passion. Here's what that sounded like.
I'm about to let him know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm good at this. I can let you know. You don't think I'm trying to dog? You don't think I'm trying to argue you up?
I didn't understand a word.
Listen,
Not a word.
They were going crazy. You didn't even need to.
It sounds like it was emotional. It sounds like it was emotional.
Skillet Baby done been through a lot, so shout out and much love to him.
Yeah.
All right, and Erica Banks has announced her new career. She's going to be doing, well, it's not a career, but she's heading out on a club tour with private dances starting at $1,000. She posted, I took y'all's advice. Come see me live at your favorite strip club for one night only. See y'all next week. Have you worked with Erica Banks?
No.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I did. I remember talking to her for a casting before she had gotten on Love and Hip Hop.
And just for y'all information, Kim, yes, does a lot of casting for some of y'all favorite TV shows.
Everybody want to be on TV.
Yes, they do. Everybody has a show they want to pitch.
Yes, they do.
We'll talk more about that. Yeah. And somebody you did work with, Ja Rule's daughter, Brittany Atkins, got married
Congrats
over
to her.
the weekend. I can't believe they have a grown daughter who got married.
I know.
And she graduated from college too, right?
Beautiful
Previously?
girl. Was lovely to work with. Lovely to work with.
Well, Ja Rule posted such an amazing moment for any father to walk his daughter down the aisle. Love you, baby girl. So congratulations.
Congrats.
They got engaged back in 2023.
Wow.
And Kevin Lyles, somebody we both have worked with, he posted a statement, and we didn't know about this until he let us know. He got ahead of this. 3 weeks ago, I received a letter from former Def Jam artist Chanel Jones, a.k.a. Lady Luck, and her legal team threatening to publish a book and file a public lawsuit riddled with utterly false and horrendous accusations if I didn't pay them $30 million. And so he's claiming that she threatened to allege that almost 26 years ago, when signed as a recording artist to Def Jam, she was groomed, and also to allege that I exposed myself to her and pushed her head towards my genitalia in an attempt to force her to perform oral sex.
Yikes.
Yes. So that he put up a very long statement detailing everything with links to posts where she was thanking him. He said that she was in contact with his family. They didn't have any issues, and he was surprised. But he also said he empathizes with her struggles with substance abuse, addiction, and mental health challenges.
Yeah, mental health is real, I think. And, you know, I don't know what to say about it, but...
So he said he is going to meet these false allegations and any frivolous lawsuit filed against me with all of the tools that the law provides. I want to talk about that later.
Okay.
All right. So we will do that. But when we come back about last night, we'll discuss what we did. I know it's been a long weekend. It was a holiday weekend. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Kim Osario is here with me. And it's time for About Last Night. What did you do over the weekend?
I, just hung out with the kids.
I saw you.
You did.
You came by. That was fun.
We had a good time.
It was an extended weekend. I was finally home for the weekend for once, which was nice.
Okay.
So I got a chance to enjoy my house a little, but and I went to go see Beanie Man at UBS Arena.
You did. I actually went to the movies.
Oh, you went to?
I did.
What'd you see?
I forgot. Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Look at us doing things outside.
Yes, we are.
Has nothing to do with work.
Right.
So definitely went to go see Beanie Man, and then I went to this place, Record Room. I don't even go out like that, and I was outside. Yeah, I was outside.
Good for you.
Then we had a spontaneous cookout at the house. It was a lot of work, and I learned some things.
What'd you learn?
So I learned that when you go, and this is going to sound so stupid for people who grill all the time, but I do not.
Right.
I learned that you have to go to Home Depot and you buy the propane tank, but it doesn't have propane in it.
Yes, you got to go get it filled.
So I didn't know that.
Oh.
So I was about to go check out. I was with my friend Kishan, 2 girls at Home Depot, and they were like, those are empty. We were like, what? So then we actually had to buy they had like the little things of propane. So I'm like, okay, we'll just buy it and put it in. Didn't know you need a transfer hose.
Hello.
And then you have to go.
Was this your first barbecue? What is going on?
My second. The first time I had one was at my old house.
Okay.
And it was so much, and people still talk about it to this day. It was too wild, too crazy.
Yeah,
there was a Hennessy bar in the back.
I bet.
Not just Hennessy VSOP bar, okay, in the back. And it was very wild. And so I was traumatized from that.
Of course. I actually do the charcoal grill.
So people say they
I
do
get
like
busy
that
on the
better,
charcoal
but it
grill.
feels like that's harder to clean. That's really why I didn't want to get a charcoal grill.
It is.
So
but it tastes better.
Yeah, that's what everyone says too. But shout out to everybody who came through. I had a good time. Everybody brought stuff. It was nice to use my backyard for once. The first time I've actually done anything.
It's beautiful.
It was a lot of work. I am exhausted today.
I bet you are.
And then we watched the game, and that ended late. So, but I do want to talk about something. As everybody was going to different cookouts, one of my friends was telling me that she went to a cookout and she doesn't eat meat. She doesn't eat chicken. She will eat seafood. And she went to this cookout and there was nothing there for her to eat. And the guy that invited her, is somebody that she's lightly dealing with. And she felt like it was disrespectful that you had me here. I don't eat any of this stuff. And you still wanted me to not have anything to eat. She thought that there would be something there she could have.
Right.
And there was nothing. He tried to give her some rice. And so...
Not the rice.
After
How do you
that,
even put rice on the grill? Okay, no.
She ended up ordering food for herself, but she was annoyed about it. And so she just felt like it wasn't a good representation. But as a person who just hosted, I also feel like it's so much work. Like, if you know this, just order something and just get it over with.
Yes, but if I'm lightly dealing with you,
it's a little different.
It's
Accommodate
different.
me. I want to know what you guys think. When you're hosting, do you accommodate everybody as best as you can? Which side are you on? Should he have accommodated her, or do you feel like, girl, just order something and be quiet?
Right.
800-292-5150. Kim, you feel like you should have accommodated her?
100%.
Okay, 800-292-5150. I'm still traumatized from this recent hosting, so I'm going to say, girl, we thinking about too many different things to be worried about your little eating habits. 800-292-5150. Pick a side, call us up.
It's not just right or wrong. It's about what you believe. It's time to pick a side and stay there.
And stay there. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Kim Osario is here. She's a lawyer, also a journalist. And today we're talking about hosting at home.
Yes.
Do you accommodate everybody's dietary needs when you are hosting? What do you think, Kim?
I believe that you should.
Mm-hmm. Everyone,
Most
though.
of
What
the
if it's
time.
most of the time?
Yeah.
Because, there's people like, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. And
Yeah,
there's
but
a lot of things.
you can't get too crazy with the dietary restrictions.
There's a lot of things that I don't eat, but I do eat chicken and I do eat vegetables.
Right.
Now, my homegirl is lightly dating a guy, and she doesn't eat meat, she doesn't eat pork, she doesn't eat chicken, she does eat seafood. And so when she gets to the cookout, there's nothing there that she can eat, and she's a little put off. She ended up having to order food for herself. What do you think?
I mean, I think in 2025, you got to have a little seafood on the grill.
Or vegetables or something.
Some sort of variety.
Something vegetarian.
Yeah. Everyone's a vegetarian, so.
Right. Well, we want to see what you guys think. Sean, do you accommodate everybody's dietary needs when hosting?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
It's too much work. You pay for everything. You doing all the cooking.
What if you're lightly dating this person, as Angela Yee puts it? Lightly
dating.
dealing with them.
Well, I had a 1400 SAT score, so I know comprehension. The key word is lightly. If she was invited and she only eats seafood at a cookout, then she could have made some shrimp kebabs or something like that, or some veggie burgers and brought them to the cookout, because that's normally what my family does, and put them on the grill for you. I wouldn't mind cooking it. Where he messed up is he should have communicated that.
Yeah, the communication was off, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. 1400 SAT score.
I know. That was a
Yeah,
flex.
you already know.
That was a flex.
Black excellent.
Brandon,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm doing well. It's
So
blessing
pick a
to hear from
side
you.
with me and Kim. Do you accommodate somebody if you're hosting who doesn't eat a lot of things?
Absolutely, you have to. I don't eat pork, and so I'm offended when people invite me to places that they don't consider my palate or my dietary restrictions or whatever. Yeah, so you have to be considerate of cookouts and stuff. We need to upgrade hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken legs and stuff like that. That's birthday food. People who don't eat meat, we need to, or seafood, they need to have, the salmon or the steamed oysters for them. The
Right.
pasta. They got the corn.
That's right. Oysters, you are a very expensive
he's
cookout guest.
Oh,
Okay.
sure. Gotta do it.
When you're hosting, if they don't eat certain things.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm going to accommodate everybody. Food's too expensive, and I don't get food stamps. So I'm just going to get what the regular cookout food is. However, in this case, especially since he was seeing her, I'm sure he was aware of her diet.
He was.
And I feel like he should have even offered to buy her something. Like,
Right.
I would have been offended.
That's what
I
I said.
agree.
He could have paid for the,
I agree.
the food.
After this, we're
right.
not lightly dealing with each other
Yeah.
anymore.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling. Kim, it feels like
Yeah,
people are.
bye-bye.
Bye. Take care, Zai. Kim, it feels like people agree with you. He should have accommodated her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I guess I'm just traumatized over the weekend. It was a lot going on. All right. Well, that was Pick a Side. Kim, you got it. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie, and we're looking at what's happening as Capricorn Clark is on the stand in this Diddy trial. And that is his former assistant.
Yes.
And that is one person everybody's like, what's going on with Capricorn Clark? So we'll talk about it. And you're going to give us your legal, journalistic
my lawyer today. Yes.
opinion, because you do both.
Yes, I do.
It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here with my lawyer.
I'm your lawyer. I'm your lawyer.
Kim Osorio. She's also a journalist. You know her as the former editor-in-chief of The Source and as a TV producer.
Yes.
And I want to talk about this Diddy trial with you because you've been watching it carefully. You can we talk about the book? No? Okay. Okay. And you also are working on a book. I don't know if it was, okay.
I'm working on a book, The People versus Hip Hop.
Okay, so you're going to be examining a lot of these cases. Yep. Today, Capricorn Clark is on the stand. What do we know so far in day 10 of this Diddy trial?
I mean, this is insane, right? I'm watching this play out. They're about to cross-examine Capricorn, right? And I think a lot of people online have been asking, where do the racketeering charges come in?
And
right?
she was his assistant from 2002 to 2012 and then went back to work for him in 2016. She said she couldn't find any other work until 2018.
Right. And in her testimony, now we're getting to the kidnapping, right? We're getting to a lot of things, and prosecution has to show that there's a pattern of criminal activity by Diddy and his associates to reinforce racketeering conspiracy charge. So I think like establishing this stuff now, I mean, we've been waiting to hear about it. Everyone's like, okay, we're hearing testimony about him being a freak, but
and about him being an abuser,
right? But
and
where
domestic
is the
violence? So it's a pattern of threat, a pattern of guns, a pattern of drugs, of lawlessness, and also having the support of people who are helping him as well with this.
Yeah.
So today on the stand, Capricorn Clark talks about the time that she had to do 5 days of lie detector tests after some of his jewelry went missing. And she said, he told her, if you fail these tests, they're going to throw you in the East River.
Right.
That definitely. I mean, she also talked about, and she had shown up in conversations about Kid Cudi and his house getting broken into and his car being set on fire. And she even said that she was contacted to talk to authorities about the arson charges against Kid Cudi at the time, and she did not speak to the authorities or to Diddy about that car fire. So even though they reached up, she hung up the phone and did not provide a statement. She said, I wanted this whole thing to be over.
Yeah, I think this is where we're starting to see them try to establish this pattern of criminal activity, because we're hearing about kidnapping, arson, right? All of these charges that people are saying, well, what about these charges? And I think the prosecution has to show obviously more than one witness, but I know people were waiting to hear from Capricorn Clark in her testimony.
And then he also told her, because when this whole Kid Cudi thing unfolded, and he went and Capricorn Clark talks about watching Diddy beat her and not being able to do anything, and he told her that if she said anything or called the cops, he would hurt her too, if she tried to stop him. And that's when she left after the security guard told her to leave. She said Cassie was still on the ground while Diddy continued to kick her. And that's when she called Cassie's mom as she left the property and said, please help her. I can't call the police, but you can.
Yeah. That's serious. A lot of this stuff is damaging.
And a lot of this is about threats of murder. He also told her she would never work again. She said she lost her health benefits. She also lost her 401k, her house, and her car. And he told her that he would make her kill herself. Those are the allegations that she's saying on the stand under.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of objection in the testimony. So you know that this is stuff that is damaging. But then I see, from what I'm reading, overruled. Mm-hmm. So it's looking like this is admissible, a lot of the things that she's talking about. Okay, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, Under the Radar, these are the stories that are flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. United Airlines. I didn't know that previously you could go and check in for your flight 30 minutes before and still make it. Yes.
But that's previously, not no more.
Domestic.
We'll talk about it. It's Way Up.
The news, I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here with Kim Osorio. I want to bring this behind the scenes conversation to the air at some point, because we're having this whole conversation about credibility and, women feeling safe to come forward, but people not believing things. I think that's going to be a great conversation. But now for Under the Radar, let's talk about these inmates who escaped from a New Orleans jail. So 8 of them were captured and there is still 2 who are at large.
Wow.
Is that wild? So now people will face additional charges related to the escape as well. And, 2 more left. I saw there were 3 that were like traveling, walking around together. I was like, y'all supposed to split up.
Yeah, like that. The way they just ran out of there.
So it was a total of 10 inmates who escaped. They climbed through a hole behind a toilet in the early morning hours of May 16th. It wasn't even noticed for several hours, by the way. And 7 people have been arrested on suspicion of helping the escapees, including a jail maintenance worker who was accused of shutting off water to the toilet, another inmate who was still in the jail, and 5 other people as well. So not an easy thing. And if you give money, if you help any of them, then you're liable
aiding
as well.
and abetting.
Thank you, lawyer.
There you go.
All right, and United Airlines, they have announced an important rule change. Everybody needs to be aware of this. Now, Kim, you strike me as the type of person who might get to the airport right before your flight.
Right before.
Well, if you're flying on United, starting June 3rd, they have announced all domestic passengers without checked luggage, because sometimes you're like, I don't have to check a bag, I can get there late. You have to check in at least 45 minutes ahead of departure. It used to be 30 minutes. Now it's 45. So if you're flying on and after June 3rd, that 45-minute mark will now be the cutoff. And if you don't make that mark, you will be left behind.
And don't make a scene when you get left behind.
Oh, my gosh.
That's the worst. When they're up there, like, and now it's on Instagram.
Once that door closes.
That's it. Just keep it moving.
And then go on social media and complain and say they did this. You got to get there. I get to the airport super early.
I check in 24 hours beforehand on my app.
Okay.
So.
All right. And that is your Under the Radar. Now, we do have a special guest joining us today. Aisha Cece is going to be joining us. Another fellow journalist. Do you know Aisha?
No.
She's pretty amazing, but she has been an advocate for women's rights for quite some time now. She was born in the UK and she's from Sierra Leone. She went back to Sierra Leone and then, yes, now she's here running OK Player and OK Africa.
Oh, nice. Good.
So shout out to her. She also worked at CNN for quite some time.
Good.
And she really, you remember the Bring Our Girls Back when those women were being kidnapped?
I do.
She wrote a book about that and she also was really making sure that story stayed in the media.
Oh, wow.
So she'll be joining us today. It's Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here with my special guest co-host, Kim Osorio. You got to break this down, girl.
There's so much going on.
It's Yee T time, and less than an hour ago, Capricorn Clark was back on the stand getting cross-examined.
Yeah.
Whew. And amongst the things that were said in this is they confirmed that Capricorn Clark, who was Diddy's former assistant, actually met with lawyers and discussed the possibility of her returning to work for him as his chief of staff.
This stuff is coming in hot, and it's coming in fast. So I think this is some of the most important testimony that we've seen so far.
And so the lawyers at the meeting, she told them that Cassie was not good for Diddy, and also said they said it was suggested that she was told it would be impossible to hire her because of this criminal investigation. But she said that none of this would be happening if she would have been working with him still.
Wow.
She also, they said, sent him a text message in June of 2021. Did you ever know that I had the biggest crush on you before I started to work for you? We hung out all the time. I played it super cool. I don't think you knew. I just knew for sure that you liked to have me around.
Now that text message seems so fishy to me. I don't know.
Now, she said she does not remember saying this to Diddy, but she does recall reaching out to him in 2021.
Right.
And they said it's unclear how he responded to those texts.
Right.
But they are on lunch until 1 p.m. So
wow, there's so much coming in, so I'm trying to process it all.
What do you think about that as they're cross-examining her?
I mean,
you're a lawyer.
The defense is going to do what they have to do. I feel like, again, okay, here's this text message, right? Like, how do you, what's the word? You're a lawyer. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the legal word I'm looking for here? I can't remember. But I just feel like they've got to verify this stuff.
That
right?
this text really happened, because she doesn't recall, she said.
Yeah, she's saying
but
she doesn't remember.
You know what
this
people
text.
are saying, because I'm looking online.
What are they
and they're
saying?
like, well, if she witnessed all of these things and she was so scared of him, why did she try to go back and work for him again?
Of course.
And then,
they're
of course, they're
saying
going to
that.
say, why would you send a text message saying you had a crush on him in 2021?
Right. But don't you think that's odd? A text message?
And
that
she doesn't recall
2020
it.
Yeah, it's just, it feels weird.
All right. Well, one of Diddy's ex-artists, Freddie P. from the band, Making the Band, recently had his own allegations against Diddy. And I saw this on The Art of Dialogue. Here's what he said.
He was grooming us. It's kind of like you're signing boy band groups and girl band groups because you like one or two of them and you want to see who's going to go. It's nothing to you but a tax write-off, but you're really searching for a butt the whole time.
Wow.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you saw, but Q from Day 26 also made some allegations, not
Yes.
just against Diddy, but also against Dawn Richard. She says that, she drugged him at Diddy's house. And she's denying those allegations. She said that I've never drugged anyone, nor have I ever given anyone pills to take, because he's claiming that she did. He said he collapsed into unconsciousness after taking what appeared to be a horse tranquilizer. And when he woke up, he was in a basement room with no memory of how he got there. He said Dawn never took her pill, and he felt like a lab rat in an emotional experiment. And he said he had lasting trauma, hallucinations, memory issues, and emotional withdrawal.
Wow. Now this tea is coming in piping hot. All this stuff here.
All of it. All right, J-Lo at the American Music Awards kissed her male and female backup dancers in the opening performance. It is the world's largest fan-voted award show, and she is going back on the road with her Up All Night Live in 2025 tour. That's her first concert tour in 6 years. It begins July 4th in Egypt. She also did announce on her social media page that she is returning to Vegas with an all-new residency as well. So congratulations, yes, to her. For all
I
of
need
that.
better choreography on this J-Lo stuff.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, it's 2025.
Well, she's got 4 performances in Vegas, December 30th, 31st, January 2nd, and 3rd. And then 8 shows in March of 2026. And that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, we have Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Call us up. Me and Kim are here to help. The tea is coming in piping hot.
Oh, my God.
800-292-5150. Ask Yee is next.
I go.
Hey, everybody, access.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Kim Osario. She's not just a lawyer. She's also a journalist. She's also a producer on TV, but she's also a mother.
I am a mother.
A mother.
A
Okay.
baby mother.
At that. And so the number is 800-292-5150 for Ask Yee. We have a voicemail today. Here's the voicemail.
I have a 3-year-old with my son's father, and he was taking my son to this woman's house for the last year. And then he just kind of like keeps shutting me down. He don't want me to know where my son is going and all of this stuff. So I'm wondering, am I wrong for wanting to know where my son is at? Because I've noticed that a lot of people is like, oh, as long as he's with the father, he's okay. But you're taking him to someone else's house to spend time. And I just felt like, why is it that I'm not supposed to know where my son is at?
All right, now, Kim, as a person who you co-parent.
Yes.
And so what do you think about her call? She wants to know where her son is. And her son is, only 3 years old. Should she know where her son is when he's with the father at all times?
Absolutely. Now, you have to trust the other co-parent, but there shouldn't be any reason why you aren't communicating with each other about where the child is.
Is there a way she could even force him to tell her that? Because that's hard to do, right? If he's just not going to do it.
No, there's nothing you can do. We'll put a little air tag in the baby.
And I just want to say, for everybody who's dating a guy with kids, take into consideration that there is a mom.
There's a mom. Have some respect.
That you should want to make sure that she's okay and that her child feels safe if you care about this person as somebody you want to be with. Yeah. Also, my question is this, though. When she has her baby other places, does she tell him?
She should.
Think of it this way. Are you being open with him about where your child is when he's not around?
Right.
Is he having access to be able to do the things that he needs to do? Because sometimes you have to repair that co-parenting relationship with each other before you can have these expectations, because you'll drive yourself crazy wanting him to do something that he's not going to do. And sometimes the more you want somebody to do something, the more they won't do it. Guys are stubborn that way.
Exactly.
So are we. Even if you can let him know, like, look, I'm going to trust your judgment just like I know you're going to trust mine. Sometimes it's hard to be the bigger person in these situations, and trust that if you have our son around somebody, it's a safe environment for him. I do just ask that you let me know if you're going to have my son somewhere else, so I know. You don't got to give me the address because maybe he'll have an issue with that.
Right.
But I just want to know, and if there's things that you need to know, let me know so we can at least work through these things. It's a process.
Right. After 3 years old, the kid starts telling you everything anyway.
Yeah, so might as well hear from you.
Yeah.
And that is ASCII. Now let's talk to another mother when we come back. Aisha Cece is going to be joining us. She decided to become a mother on her own.
Oh, wow.
Yes, at the age of 47 she was. But we'll talk to her about it. But she's also a journalist, also the CEO of OK Player and OK Africa. It's Way Up.
And I'm back.
We about to do this. One of the most famous women in radio. We're talking about Angela Yee.
You're Way Up with Angela Yee.
Please believe that.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here getting advice from Aisha Cece. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
She's changing my life already for the better. But I'm just so honored to have you here today. I told you I really admire the work that you've been doing ever since I first seen you on CNN.
Thank you.
And you have a book out called Beneath the Tamarind Tree that came out some years ago. But you're a person that's been highlighting stories that other people don't touch.
Yeah, I mean, I think generally speaking, when it comes to stories about black women and girls, generally speaking, they don't get as much attention, if they get attention at all. So as a black woman, and also specifically as a black woman from Africa, I feel that having been blessed to have some form of platform and exposure, I need to use my voice.
I didn't even start with why we're here today, though. OK Africa, OK Player, but it's under a new name now.
Areya.
Areya Media. So just for people who are listening, OK Player, I remember when Questlove launched OK Player.
26 years
That
ago.
is crazy. He was so early and ahead of the curve, and I feel like he's like that with a lot of things.
Agreed.
I'm talking to Aisha Cece, the CEO of OK Player and OK Africa. Now, you just mentioned your daughter, and when I first met you, I had to come up to you and tell you that that story to me is something that is beautiful. You decided you wanted to have a baby, but you had gotten divorced.
By 40, I was divorced and my mum had a catastrophic stroke. And then I spent like 6 years really just focused on her recovery, which sadly just did not go as planned. And I got to like 46 and I thought, wow, like first of all, where did 6 years go?
Right.
And my mother's illness did a lot for me. It really gave me important perspective. My mother was an incredibly accomplished politician, academic, the first woman to be on the ticket to be vice president in our country in Sierra Leone. She helped rewrite the constitution. She helped mediate peace when there was a civil war. She did tremendous things. But when she took ill and had this catastrophic stroke, it meant nothing.
Right.
We strive for these accolades. We strive to be in the room. But A, your health is everything. B, when you take ill, it's really your family who are there for you. And I realized that all of this stuff that I've done means nothing. I want to have a kid. And I realized that my greatest regret in life, it would have been not having become a mother because I was chasing glory.
So now you've achieved your goal of becoming a mother.
Now I have a 26-month-old beautiful girl.
She's so cute. She has your whole face.
Thank you. I used a donor.
Do they have the option of if they want to ever
Yes.
meet? Okay. Did he want to?
No.
Okay.
And I chose him because of that. 10 years from now, if she wants to, probably be able to find him if she wants to. And I have a really great village around me that were around me as I was going through the pregnancy. Like I have a brother, I have lots of great men in my life who provide that male figure.
And even for you making this decision, right, with IVF, I know there's a lot of judgment that comes to that, especially age-wise, because people will be like, how dare she have a baby? That's so selfish when you're this. I've seen all of it online. But nowadays, if you take care of yourself and there's so many things that you can do, you can be 47 years old and
have a baby and live a long, healthy life. And you can't live in that space of fear. I think all you can do is make sure that the time you have with your child, you're very present and you pour into them, and you will be doing your part to create an amazing human being.
Aisha Cece is here with us. She's got an incredible story personally, but she also is a journalist and the CEO of OK Africa and OK Player, and they're looking for some podcasts, guys. We got more about that when we come back. It's Way Up.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee, and what an honor to have the CEO of OK Player and OK Africa, Aisha Cece, here with me. What do you think about now, even just talking about journalistic integrity and things that are happening? A lot of people are also covering this Diddy trial, and I'm seeing so many things online and a lot of jokes.
Yeah, I find it really troubling.
And people are also thinking, well, what did he do wrong? He just was having freak-offs. He just likes to have sex, but they're not understanding how this is all unfolding and working. Like, even in the first couple of days, I saw people just acting like, oh, this is a wash. He's getting off scot-free, but it's so early to be able to tell.
Yeah, I mean, I find it so disheartening in terms of the reactions that have been online to Cassie's testimony and how people have minimized this woman's trauma and, you know, in some ways almost like in some places lionized, you know.
Like, she got 30 million.
Like, she got 30 million.
What she got to worry about?
What she got to worry about?
People were mad that Kid Cudi took the stand.
I know. What does that say about, about society, that people are mad that Kid Cudi spoke out, and people are mad that he's being... that they're trying to hold this man accountable. Why? What does that say about how they value women, how they value our place and our safety and our voices?
You know, it's interesting to see this happening parallel with, you know, Megan Thee Stallion and people attacking her at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, but it always just comes back to this thing, you know, in terms of the value of black women's lives and our safety, you know, and our bodily integrity, and how somehow that's a toss-up. And I don't know how we are going to correct that, to have black men understand that they should want us to be safe and they should want to see the men who harm us held accountable.
Right. And people don't understand why women also find it difficult to
speak up when this is the reaction.
When as soon as you do speak, people have jokes, people are attacking you, people are saying it's your fault, people are saying you wanted it, people are saying, well, why didn't you say something the moment that it happened? And there's a lot of reasons.
There's a lot of reasons. My level of admiration for Cassie, what she did wasn't just even about her. It was about every other survivor and helping them understand that you don't have to live in shame. Your life isn't over. You can start again. I think she should be Woman of the Year.
I'm talking to Aisha Cece, the CEO of OK Player and OK Africa. You renamed this Areya Media, and you've come in and done a total rebrand. What can we expect from this platform now?
In the 4 years that I've been in the CEO chair, the focus really has been on turning it into a multimedia company. And so aside from the .coms and the socials, we now have our own studios, OK Player Studios, where we have digital originals, and I started a podcast division. And now we have a whole new slate of shows that are dropping in May.
And I know when I was there, they're like, so if you know anybody that, you know, who
wants to do a new show, who's got some show ideas, somebody who might want to partner, like, we have full production services. We have a great team. Obviously, we have vibrant socials with big audience, big reach. So we're looking to partner.
I love that. How can people reach you?
I am Aisha Cece on IG. Reach out to us via OK Player online or OK Africa. You can directly DM the teams. We're constantly checking. We're looking to grow this family, and we want more diverse voices, all ages, all generations, as many stories as we can tell, because we're building something special.
You can watch that full interview with Aisha Cece on my YouTube channel, Way Up With Yee. And when we come back, you guys have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my girl, Kim Osorio.
I'm here.
Keep me updated, because, again, you do have a book coming out that you're working on.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right. Well, appreciate you for joining us today. You got to keep on coming back and giving us some updates.
For sure.
I'm headed out to Taco Tuesday, because we have Taco Tuesday at Coffee Uplifts People today, as we do every single Tuesday. Amazing tacos.
There's always so much food up here.
I love it for us. But again, you guys called in a lot today. It was a holiday weekend. People were having cookouts. People were hosting. Y'all were really calling us up to let us know what you think about accommodating all of your guests when you're hosting and their dietary concerns. Imagine you have a vegan, dairy-free, can't have but, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do it.
And, of course, thank you to Aisha Cece for joining us. If anybody has a podcast idea, OK Player and OK Africa, they are looking. And she's expressly put that out there for you. All right? And, again, this is your show, so you have the last word.
Go Knicks.
Hey, look, my name Dominique, calling from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I just want to say, if you invite me to your barbecue and you know I don't eat no other meat, I just eat seafood, and there's nothing there for me, I don't like you no more. I don't want to talk to you no more. You don't care about me.
Hi, Miss Yee. My name is Erica Mack. I'm calling from Detroit, Michigan, and I wanted to shine a light on my mom. She does a lot, even when she doesn't have to, and I just wanted to let her know that I really appreciate her. I've always appreciated her, and I just love her so much.
With Angela Yee